Aloha all, Michael here. Today I'm going to talk about the religion of philosophy. So, if being religious means being devoted to something divine, then being devoted to philosophy is being religious about becoming more aware of the truth, seeking knowledge and wisdom. So one can be very devoted to such a quest. And many of the most creative minds of our human experience were philosophers. And what they did was they questioned everything. To inquire about the truth of something, one must ask questions. The kinds of questions that we can ask are unlimited. They do include the who, what, where, when, whys, and hows. And what I like to do is ask the why does it exist question first. When I can rediscover the answer to why something exists, what I do is put myself in a position of better understanding that which I am researching. So if I can start with my own consciousness and ask, why do I exist? Then I can better understand pretty much anything I wish to discover. And it's really a rediscovery of ourselves. When we are confused about who and what we are, we're very challenged to accept why we exist. When we can know why we exist in the first place, we become more aware of everything else. And we become aware of our consciousness while becoming conscious of our awareness. And remembering that it's a conversation between these two beings of our existence. Our reality is determined by our free will choices and manifestations of the things that we wish to experience. So, a big part of the rediscovery of why we exist involves our feelings and trusting that these feelings that occur are truthful and valuable and useful in guiding us through this maze of life that occurs and allows us to smoothly transverse as we become more lucid, more clear. And when we communicate and we either cause friction or we experience friction, we can breathe, slow down, and pay attention to how we are currently feeling, and then ask more questions. Why do you feel the way that you do regarding X, Y, and Z? It really doesn't matter what the topic of discussion is. When people are confused or unclear or uncertain about the value of the information that is being communicated, they'll often react in a way that shows that they are simply afraid. So it's understandable, and we have to have compassion for those that are suffering extended periods of fearful frequencies. Suffering exists. Suffering is necessary until it is no longer necessary for you to become more aware of why you exist. So, being philosophical and inquisitive and asking yourself these existential questions will help you realize the truth of your own existence, and you'll have revelations where you re-feel the occurrences, the memories, the experiences that have already occurred, so that you can become more familiar with why they happened, and that they are only experiences intended for you to learn how to use your feelings to become more aware, increase your rate of consciousness, and empower yourself using your own skills and abilities and gifts. So have the conversations where you ask the questions. If someone becomes unwilling to participate and they're combative, thank them for their time and move on. You don't have to allow others to abuse you. You certainly do not need to abuse yourself. You can become more aware by simply being. So when you get confused or anxious, just be. All of those feelings are meant for you to redirect your attention so that you can become more aware by reviewing whatever it is that you're perceiving. And you can do that in a way where you reposition your view and change that perspective so that you can refocus your perceptual lens on that which you will find the purpose and the beauty within. And then when you rediscover that truth, then you expand your awareness. So everyone is a philosopher at heart. Philosophy becomes the love of life through the seeking of truth and the sharing of wisdom. So enjoy life while you rediscover the truth about yourself and why you exist, and share what you learn with willing participants in this experiment of humanity. Love one another during the processing of the information. When we do that simple act of loving, we are going to find peacefulness in spite of what seems like chaos to others. The world is perfect exactly the way it is. It is only our perception that is clouded and unclear. So become more lucid, become more clear of thought. Choose your thoughts wisely and become more knowing and expand your awareness to wherever you wish to feel. It's very simple and yet quite challenging an endeavor. So have fun, enjoy life, appreciate what you have, and love one another. I love you. Namaste.